Yo, I'm warning you. I got 3 hours sleep last night, and I'm straight up an asshole. All right? So anybody wants some of this? Bring it. I went up to Brockton yesterday with my girl to the Women in the Pit show. Saw a bunch of great bands and saw some friends. Got in the car. My girl was like, I'm with you all the way, motherfucker. Ride or die. What do you think? 5 minutes later, she's sleeping in a passenger seat. I had to drive motherfucking 3.5 hours from midnight to 3:30 in the morning in the rain. This should just be called the Drew Stone Asshole Show because it's coming. I'm warning you. Anybody. Everybody's fair game today. I need my sleep. I don't know about you, but I need my sleep. I had to I went deep last night. Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers. I listened to Pink Floyd Animals last night. That's how desperate I was, man. You know? Yeah. I'm your motherfucking woman. Ride or die, nigga. What? And Jesus. You know? Who wants some of this? Yo, you know what? How about that last show we had? How great was that? You know? Hey, fuckstick. You're the reason I drove up there. You and your crappy fucking band. And all your crappy friends. No, actually, you know what? Wait, hold on. I got something for you. Here you go. Yo, it is Sunday shout out day. And I'm just busting your balls, Larry. Your band is great. Here's a shot from last night. There you go. There's Dave from Dog Eat Dog, Larry from Kings Never Die, Danny Schuler, drummer of Kings Never Die, formerly of Biohazard, me rocking the Donna Summer shirt, and the other and Dan and why am I drawing a blank on the drummer for Dog Eat Dog's name? And Dan Nastasi from Dog Eat Dog and Kings Never. Yes, Gina, you took that pick. Why am I drawing you know what? Fucking 3 hours sleep. What the fuck you want from me? What's the drummer for Dog Eat Dog's name? Darren? What? Help me. Pick it up, Deluxe. Yep. Brandon. Thank you. Right. Brandon. Jimmy Hazel. Come on now, Jimmy Hazel. Jimmy Hazel smushed it at Bowery Electric a while back. Danny's got a little bit of a beard. But yeah, they were great. The bands were great last night. Women of the Pit. Hold on. Let me here you go. Women of the Pit. Boom. There you go. Oh, and by the way, this is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chacho's Tacos, Generation Records, and 126 Hardcore Clothing. Lest we forget, Vladimir. Hello, Vladimir. How are you, brother? Hey, Drew, if you're tired, you can blow off your own show like Rick Agnew did. Yo, Rick Agnew fucking stood us up, and it was one of the best shows we've done. It was fucking awesome, man. Just goes to show, You know what? Glad that dude didn't show up. You know what? I need a victim. Hello, victim.
Hello. Welcome to the New York Hardcore Asshole Show. I'm your next asshole.
What the fuck do you want?
Have you heard of the word of Jesus today? By the way, I'm going nowhere near Jesus today. I'm at McSorley's right now, and I'm heading over to oldest bar in New York City. Be good or be gone. And I am heading over to Irving Plaza for a night of black metal tonight with Mayhem at midnight. So got to get my corpse paint on. I may not get home from this one.
Isn't Mayhem the band that like had the dude that like killed the other dude, or
well, yeah, that was the. If you're familiar with the Lords of Chaos, the original singer blew his brains out. They made necklaces out of his skull fragments. Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. You know, that
was a pretty good documentary, actually.
I thought, and the movie actually was really good with Macaulay Culkin's brother in it.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed that, but yeah, it's a nice day in the city here. I came in a little bit early, had a few rounds of McSorley's.
Huh? We used to go to McSorley's.
I love this place.
We used to go to McSorley's when we were like 12 years old.
Well, that's the thing. I've been coming here since I was like 16.
Yeah.
And this is Abraham Lincoln drank here.
Yeah.
This is no joke. I love this place. As a history buff and a fan of New York City history, this place is my favorite place to have a beer,
Ryan says a coffee. I've never drank coffee in my life.
You don't drink coffee?
Never.
Wow.
I've never drank coffee in my life. I don't like it. I never smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, but coffee.
Ugh,
coffee's like nasty. Oxygen. No, it's not.
Nasty. I don't fuck with caffeine, man.
Yeah, you know it's probably better for all of us that you don't have caffeine.
Once in a while. Like yesterday I had a Dr. Pepper.
Okay, that's got some caffeine in it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's probably best for all of us that you're not amped up on caffeine. You breathing fire.
Yeah, it's not good for me.
So last night was good. The Brockton show. I mean, I really feel bad I couldn't be there, and I want to shout out the Reverend Nicky Bullets for his farewell performance from last night.
Rich Zoller was there, shouting out Rich Zoller, he was there.
Amen to that. You know what? I'm so glad that he was there because at least we know we're going to get amazing pictures from the day.
Speaking of amazing pictures, here we go. Wrong answers only, photo of the day. Boom. Wrong answers only, please. What do we got here? Well, hey, Mei Ling, nice to see you yesterday. It was great.
Hey, May.
Yep. Wrong answers only, please. Please.
I know you know this is.
Is it Sunday Mass at the First Baptist Church? Is it Donna
Close.
Summer? Is it Sister Act? Is it Gladys Knight and the Pips? You know what? Is it the Pips? I'd be like, yo, fuck that. I don't want to be a Pip anymore. I'm a real motherfucker. What was that line? What was that line from Pulp Fiction? I'm a nuclear bomb dropping motherfucker. Well, that's probably gonna get the show flagged.
That's right, exactly.
I just flagged the show. Is it a corpse at the piano?
Oh, come on now. That's just
mean. Is it a corpse? Is it Whitney Houston and Stevie Wonder? Is it Bauhaus on Broadway? Is it Mayhem? Good one.
Tonight you'll see some Mayhem.
Is it Wendy O? Is it Steve Buscemi? Is it Suffocation? Is it Elton John? That's good. That's actually pretty funny. Is it Mayhem?
Whitney.
Is it? Here's another one. Here's another one. All right, right answers only here.
Come on, people.
Here we go. Yeah, here you go. Here it is. I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker. That's a funny
eggs.
One. Is it Guar? Is it the Cro-Mags? Is it Devo? Whip it good.
Lenny.
Is it Cave? Is it Nick Cave? Is it Nick Cave? Is it Nick Cave? Is it Nick Cave? He looks pissed in that picture, bro.
I know. He's giving me the grill right there too, you know. But
he looks like
yes,
he looks like he got less sleep than me last night.
Well, he did actually. That is Nick Cave. This was. I'll just cut right to the chase. This is Nick Cave and Warren Ellis at the King's Theater in Brooklyn, which is a gorgeous theater if you've never been there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Really, really beautiful theater.
I saw Whitesnake there a while back.
Oh shit! They did 2 nights actually. Nick Cave and Warren Ellis, and they sounded great. It wasn't as much as Bad Seed stuff as the albums he's done with Strictly Warren. They did some Bad Seeds. But I'm a huge Bad Seeds fan. I wanted a little bit more than I got. But he sounded amazing. And the last time I saw Nick Cave was on the Murder Ballads tour, which is my absolute favorite record from him. But he's so good. And it's almost impossible to even like classify what kind of music he plays anymore. You know, it's somewhere out there in the universe, but he was great. And yeah, I mean, this was the second night actually. And it's funny,
you know what? He is playing in my neighborhood tonight. He's playing.
Where is it tonight?
The Beacon Theater.
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't even know he was doing the Beacon.
You know, he's kind of. You know what? He's on my bucket list. He's. You know, I'd like to.
You should see. You really should go. I mean,
listen, motherfucker.
It's so good.
I slept 3 hours last night. I'm not going to stand around
have a cup of coffee.
I don't give a fuck if it's a goddamn Minor Threat reunion. I don't give a fuck if they dug up Joe Strummer.
Tonight's your first cup of coffee, and you're going to the Beacon. God damn it.
And you're gonna like it.
That's right.
You know what?
You're gonna listen to Nick Cave.
You listen to Nick Cave and his miserable shit. So, but you know what? Let me say this. Let me say this. Let's play a little game here. It's called Top 3 Acts on Your Bucket List. Right?
Ooh, that's a good one.
For everybody out there. Like I said, Nick Cave is on my bucket list. And like there's a couple. Like on my bucket list would be Nick Cave, The Cure. I've never seen The Cure. I've always seemed to miss them. Who else? I've seen everybody, so like my bucket list is like some corny ass shit, like Chicago, and like who else do I want to see? Yeah. So give me 3 bands that are on your bucket list. They have to be alive. Don't be like The Clash, Minor Threat, and you know.
Well, you know, it's funny because you actually saw 2 bands that I'll never get to see that you saw on your that are on my bucket list, which are Black Flag and Minor Threat. In fact, that Rollins picture with the U right on the monitor, was amazing. And but obviously I can't see either one of those bands. The other of the third that I'll never get to see is the original lineup of Pink Floyd.
Well, I was talking about that with somebody the other day. Richard Wright, you know, is dead, so that's done.
Yeah.
Sid Barrett, you mean the original lineup with Sid Barrett?
Ooh, that would be amazing too. I mean, you know, it's a great
story.
Here
we go. Mei-Ling says Tina Turner, Dolly Parton. Tina Turner doesn't perform anymore. She's done. And Dolly Parton, I think, still performs. Here you go. Ryan says Skinny Puppy, Iron Maiden, Rose Tattoo.
Oh, okay. Wait, Ryan's never seen Iron Maiden?
Nope.
See them this year because the new album's amazing. We can get Rap Bones in on that.
Karen Del Castillo says Deftones and Life of Agony.
Life of Agony played last night.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They did. You know what? I love the fact that we can even have these conversations because there's just so much music that's the reason why we're doing this show. The reason why we're all here. We're gathered here today.
Listen, bro. Don't get off. Listen, man. Don't try to get deep on here. I have no patience for this. All right.
3 hours sleep equals 0 deep.
I'm ride or die, motherfucker. I'm up with you all night.
You know what? In defense of Rochelle, you could ask so many of my friends. I'm the last guy You put me in the passenger seat, go around the block. I'm out cold. I'm out like a light.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. I got to see her at the car bomb show at the Shillelagh.
All right, so, let me keep it moving. All right.
All right. Listen, I'll see everybody. If I don't make it home from this mayhem show, then that means that Satan. Satan got my soul.
It means that they made a necklace of your bones.
Exactly. It's a big head. They can make a lot of necklaces.
Hey, 2 for $1. Stephen Messina fucking bone necklace. All right, I'll see you later.
You know what?
Hey, we got to make that flyer. We got to make that flyer for the 200th show.
I'm gonna have that flyer done by the time I leave the city tonight.
All right, I'll see you later. All right, there you go. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. We are sponsored by blah, 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 and New York Hardcore Comics. Opened in 2013, selling comic books, punk rock and hardcore memorabilia, toys, statues, skateboard decks, tapes, vinyl, and all things horror. We love helping bands push their demos and new tracks, so please stop by and drop off your new music. We have in-store events like Magic the Gathering and Warhammer tournaments, plus meet and greets with bands and some live performances. Open 7 days a week and shipping worldwide. Find us online through Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, and eBay. Located at 117 Main Street in Dobbs Ferry, New York, NewYorkHardcoreComics.com. Organic Grill is a vegan restaurant located in East Village, New York City at 123 First Avenue. Featured in New York Magazine, New York Times, and the Veg News. Their dishes have won numerous awards, including Best Veggie Burger. They make their own cheeses, sausages, and burger patties, and every dish on the menu could be made gluten-free. This year, they're celebrating their 21st anniversary, and they're all about having a great time while enjoying amazing, clean food. They have now fully reopened. Actually, Organic Grill's moving to a new location. Maybe one of these days we'll fucking update this fucking thing. Get in touch with them. Order some great food at www.theorganicgrill.com. You know what? Come on now. How about Ratbone? Ratbone! 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 Ratbone!
Yo, what up? What up, everyone?
Yo, don't think I give a fuck about anything right now, dude.
Yo, you're going to give a fuck about me because I got it going on.
All right. What do you got? Hey, you know what? Wait a second. What's going on with this?
Let's tell them about it.
Boom.
All right. So I have decided, since Rampage Fest is the next day of the sale I was going to do, I'm going to merge it. I'm going to bring everything down to the Rampage Fest 3, and I'm going to have more than just the CDs and the records. I'm going to have comics. I'm going to have toys, all kinds of different shit. I'm just going to have a big setup out there. And this photo on the flyer is actually from yesterday. I love that hardcore. We are hardcore. It ain't just like the music. It's the way we operate, the way we do things. So I heard that the big New York Comic-Con done by Michael Carbonaro was this weekend, Saturday, at the New Yorker Hotel, which is right up the street from my house. So I went in there Friday night as they were setting up and just setting up the tables and everything. Found the guy, told him, look, I want to get in here. He's like, oh, it's sold out, blah, blah, blah. So my point here is, just like hardcore, I didn't stop pushing until I got what I wanted. He gave me a table. I dollied my stuff down to the New Yorker Hotel on a four-wheel dolly thing. I stacked up my bins, brought everything there.
Bro, what are you giving me? Your life story?
Did the show, made hand over fist money for 4 or 5 hours straight.
And now you're dragging your crap. You're going to drag the rest of the crap down to Rampage Fest 3?
Well, it's not, crap, man. It's desirable collectibles, man.
You know what? Yo.
Show the other picture, please. Show the other picture of the table. Come on. You have it.
You know what? No. Listen, Rad, I'm going to give you yours, man. It looks really nice. Here.
You know what it is? It sounds corny, but whatever you do in life, if you follow it with your passion and you really just go for it, nobody can stop you but yourself, man. It really comes down.
Can I make a comment on this? This is a good comment. Yo, you know what makes this for me? The Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yes, and I sold both of those.
Really?
Yes, and I love, like I said, I love to sell to people because then you get the story of, oh, my mom loves the Pillsbury Doughboy, and whatever it is. So, you know, I sold a lot of stuff. I want to show you really quick all the money I made yesterday. I only spent $1.50, and I did well at the convention because it was a comic book convention, and I was the only dealer in the room that had a full table of just vintage. So a lot of people were coming to me. All that He-Man stuff's gone. You know, so much is gone, but I don't care. But I found another guy like me, this real old guy. He had rock and roll pins, like real rock and roll pins. Mm-hmm. And I got these for $1.50. I spent $1.50, 50 cents a pin. Got this bad boy.
Ooh.
Nice chrome. It's got the blood splatter in there. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Then this bad boy is my favorite because everybody gotta love some Randy Rhoads, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I thought that was a picture of him with the flying V where Ozzy's picking him up, but you could see it's that cream colored Les Paul he had.
Got it.
So sweet. Another 50 cent. But my favorite of all the buttons I scored yesterday is this old school ass Twisted Sister pin. It's you can tell it's old. I mean, because it don't got the pink on it yet. Twisted Sister. Yep. Sick motherfucking friends of Twisted Sister. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the show today.
That's your boy coming on the show, right?
Riggs is my people, man. I love Riggs. And I got a surprise for you guys today. You know, since everyone seems like the little cranky, they're in pain. Luke, come here for a second. Let's do this. Come here. We got a milestone moment right now with me and Luke going on, and we're going to do it for you people right now.
Hey, Luke, what's up, bro?
Hey, say hi, everyone. Sit down, Luke. If you're squeamish, turn away. All right, Luke, ready? This one, right?
Uh-huh.
1, 2. I got it. Oh, that one's in there. It's not going to come out today, folks.
Bro.
He's lose his tooth, and he wanted to do it on the show and show everyone.
Luke. Wow, let me see, Luke.
Let's get it. Want to give it one more shot? And if you don't
leave the poor kid alone. Let it come out on its own.
Didn't even hurt that much.
It didn't hurt.
That's hard.
All right, guys.
All right.
One more shot, and then you guys can go. Come on, Luke.
Come on. We got a guest to bring on.
It's all right.
Bringing back the Civil War style of medicine.
Yeah, baby. We don't go to doctors in this.
No. It was like, what was that movie with Tom Hanks with the ball, and he put the skate there and banged himself in the face?
Oh, well, you know, we used to tie the string on it and slam the door when we were kids. One last shot, guys. If it don't work.
Oh, Christ almighty. All right.
I got it. Ready? Look up.
Oh.
Ready? Come on, buddy. Don't worry, kid. All right, it's not going. It's not going.
Dude, you have to pull it down.
All right, we failed at that attempt, but
that was good though.
I'm not going to push him into it.
Hey, Luke, thank you, bro. That was kind of entertaining.
Yeah, I know, guys.
A lot more entertaining than these hardcore motherfuckers we bring on this show. You know, at least we let's see some fucking gore.
That's what we were trying to do. All right, we tried to keep it interesting. We'll see you next time.
I'll see you
later.
Have
a great show, everyone. We'll see you. I'll talk to Riggs in a little bit.
Oops.
Ragbone!
What the fuck is going on? Man, I'm zonked. So anyway, let's that was kind of great. Yeah, this is a real hardcore show. I love the line. Yeah. Matt Melnick, when you come on the show, will you do brain surgery for your kid? Good Lord, man. Yeah. Next we're gonna break out the leeches. Anyway, let's pivot here and let's get back on track, so to speak. Today's guest is an American drummer hailing from the upstate hamlet of Pauling, New York. He's known for his work with the bands Ragmen, Madball, Skarhead, Crown of Thongs, Hatebreed, and currently Sub-Zero. Please welcome, coming at us from the bastion of New York hardcore, Astoria, Queens, Mr. Riggs Ross. Bro.
What's up, Drew?
Ooh, that audio sounds fucked again, man.
I don't know what to do, man.
No, you're totally distorted and everything. It's way too loud.
Shit.
Like, really?
Well, hold on.
You got it.
How about this?
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
A little better?
A lot better.
Good.
How are you, buddy?
I'm tired just like you, man. We played that show last night, and that ran super late, bro.
Did
but
it?
yeah, but it was great. It was good stuff.
What time did you play last? What time?
I think we played at like 12:30 or something like that, or maybe like 1 or whatever. It was late.
Here's a shot that Michelle Monona took.
Oh shit! Yeah.
What do you got? A druid? What do you got? A druid playing bass in this band?
Yeah, that's Larry, man.
That's Sub-Zero. And you guys played up in Ardsley, right?
Yeah, Sawmill Tavern. It was great.
That's cool. And Crazy Eddie was on the bill too, right?
Yeah, they were nuts. They were good.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Cool. So what's the latest, man? What's the latest since like the pandemic? Like, you know, how's things? How's your world? I know you moved back here, right?
Yeah. I was out in California for a while, and then I just moved back here like 8 months ago. Came back to be closer to my son, you know, and that's it. You know, I just moved back here. Just been working, trying to live, you know, trying to live and spend time with my boy.
Yeah. Here's a nice shot of you and your kid, and of course this being our beloved Astoria Park, right? Yeah. That's great, man. We love Astoria Park, and we love Astoria, New York, man.
Yeah, it's a great neighborhood. I love it down here.
Yeah, my gal lives out in Astoria, so I'm out there a lot. Was coming back to New York after a while, was there like, did it need a little adjustment? Did you?
Yeah.
What were your hopes here? Is it? Give us a little perspective.
Honestly, you know, I've been going for a really long time, and coming back here, I just came back with the intention of working. I ended up getting into the union out in Los Angeles, IBEW. So my membership is supposed to be transferred back here to Local 3.
Let me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but let me ask you. Here's a shot of you working. What union? What do you do, and what union is this?
Well, that was Local 25 out here in Long Island.
Is that electricians?
Yeah.
Wow.
Local 25 electricians. I do like low voltage data and stuff like that.
I see.
And that's UBS Arena. That's the New Islanders Arena.
That's right.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool project.
Yep. Cool. So all right. So back in New York, getting rolling again.
Yeah, it's been a tough adjustment for sure. My life is like way different than it was before. But and work's been a little rough, you know. Yeah. Had to wait a real long time for the transfer to go through with the union. Still hasn't gone through, but I had some people, you know, keep me going, keep me afloat. It's been good. It's been real, you know. It's tough. It's real tough, but it's been working out. So, you know.
Well, we're happy to have you back in New York, brother. And you know, you got to come down to these Barry Electric shows.
I came to a couple. We had
you came to the show, and you know you were there when this lunatic.
Holy Christ!
Transgender street person.
Holy shit!
Pulled out a knife and tried to stab me, and thank God you were there. Yo, my job is hazardous, bro.
Yeah, well, it wasn't all me, man. There was a shout out to Brandon from Fang. You
yeah,
know?
the Oakland guys were there too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was great.
Helped, man. It helped. You know?
Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was fucking nuts. But those shows are great, man. Your shows are awesome down there.
Oh, excuse me. What am I saying? You got to come down. You just played one.
Yeah, that too. But whatever.
Yeah, that was that's crazy. You know, this is interesting. Ryan says, "Pay attention, kids. It doesn't matter if you're the best drummer in the world, which Riggs is definitely one. You still need a job and a good one."
Yeah, that's the truth. That's definitely the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's chop it up a little bit. Did you grow up in a how did you come up? Where did you grow up? Did you grow up in a musical household?
I grew up about 60 miles north of here, in New York, but like on the Connecticut border, kind of by Danbury,
Is that
or
right?
Brewster. Yeah. Like Brewster, a little bit north of Brewster, New York.
What was the town?
Pauling. Nobody's ever heard of it.
Right. Okay.
So it's a super small town.
Wow. Interesting.
But I ended up, I didn't grow up in a musical household. I just, I don't know. My uncle gave me Motley Crue Shout at the Devil on vinyl when I was like 4 years old. And that was it. I was like into metal. I was into, anything heavy. And, I used to sneak upstairs and watch Downtown Julie Brown Metal Shop.
Sure.
And like record it. I have a video cassette. I have like a VHS cassette still from '86. And so I used to sneak upstairs and I'd watch all the drummers and like Tommy Lee and everybody. And that, I don't know. That was it. I just got into it,
Is that so? Just the fact that you gravitated to drums just by chance, just seeing this and that looked like.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I wanted to play guitar first, but I don't know, like the mechanics and of like playing drums and everything. I could just play. I was pretty fortunate.
Were you a natural when you first sat down? Did you struggle at first?
Yeah, I could just play. I don't know. I snuck into the band room in like second grade. I snuck in there. They had a drum set, and I crept in there after school, and I didn't think anybody was in there, so I sat down at the drums and I just did like a regular 4/4 beat. And the music teacher freaked out. Who is that? Blah blah blah. Came out and saw me, and like you're not supposed to join the school music or whatever until like 4th or 5th grade. And she called my mom and was like, we gotta get him doing this. So she was huge. I played hockey too.
So I guess it makes sense. You were a kid. You were playing hockey. You weren't afraid. You weren't afraid to mix it up a little bit. It figures you'd end up as a drummer.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I had a scholarship. I had a scholarship to go to Brown University for hockey. I got offered a scholarship, but they told me when I was like 16, they offered me, and I was more into music and hanging out and the whole nine, so I didn't take it.
Wow. What were you, a forward?
Defense, left D.
Wow.
Yeah. Fun.
Wow. Do you follow hockey at all anymore?
No, I don't follow it. I mean, I really enjoy it. I'll watch a game or whatever, but I definitely don't follow it.
So who were your early drumming influences? Who was in your orbit? Who resonated for you?
Well, right from start, it was, like as a kid, it was Tommy Lee. And I mean, like as a kid, like young kid, it was Tommy Lee, John Bonham, Neil Peart, Dave Lombardo, all of them. Igor Cavalera. I was always into metal, so they really influenced me. Even Danny from Biohazard. Like I got into Biohazard. I guess Urban Discipline came out, and I think what was it, 91 or 90 or something?
Urban Discipline was. I did the video in 92. So yeah.
So the album came out in like 91 or whatever.
No, come on now. That intro to Urban Discipline.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that time also, I started getting into Leeway. I got into Leeway like crazy because
Sure.
it was kind of like a crossover,
Sure.
So Pokey was a huge influence, real big influence. But so that, I mean,
also I heard doing my research, Kenny from Candiria and Paulie from Sworn Enemy were yeah.
So then a little bit later on, I saw Candiria in I think it was 96 or whatever, 96 or 97. And that was it. Kenny became a huge influence on me big time. And then, and still to this day, still to this day, he definitely is.
He's a great, he's a great friggin' drummer, man. So first band, when things got rolling, was your first band, was Self-Decay your first band?
My first band was this band called Choke from Brewster, New York. Yeah.
That's kind of hard.
They were from Brewster, New York.
We're Choke.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I ended up playing with them. I was probably 14 or 15, and then started. I don't know, just started little local bands, with guys. Yeah. Downfall. There was a band called Downfall. That was those were my first little startup bands and stuff. And then
and how did Self-Decay come into?
Self-Decay ended up coming about. They were a bunch of kids. They were a couple years younger than me. They were 15, 16 years old. And I had moved upstate. I came back after I graduated high school, and I don't know, they needed a drummer. So I just moved back into town and whatnot and started playing with these guys, and they were awesome. It was fun playing with them. And then we ended up doing probably a year and a half, and we were getting on all these shows all over the place.
Right.
In the tri-state and stuff, and up and down the coast. Mm-hmm. And it was cool. It was a good time, man. Ended up getting signed to Kev One's label, Time Served Records and stuff.
Right.
It was cool, man. I think who was on One for One was on that label. Huh. A couple other bands. It was fun. It was cool.
Time Served Records.
Perfect, right?
Yeah, for Kevin. Yeah, great.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's rolling along. Yeah, everyone's chiming in about Candiria, and Kenny. Kenny really influenced a lot of people with his drumming. He's great.
Hell yeah, he did. I mean, his style was so diverse. So diverse. It was unreal.
Blast Beach says, I saw Kenny from Candiria crack a crash cymbal in half because he hits so hard.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
He's something out as an all-around everything, style, technique. He's jazz trained. He studied drums.
Yeah.
It was crazy. His whole background is crazy.
So, Self-Decay around 96.
Self-Decay was 90, 98, 97, 98.
Okay. And after that, you ended up in Hatebreed, correct?
Hatebreed, yeah.
How did that come about?
So we used to Self-Decay played a bunch of shows with Hatebreed up in the area, and I'd been seeing Hatebreed for years, going to shows and whatever, hanging out with people and the whole nine. Sure. And so anyway, they needed a drummer at one point. They needed a drummer at one point, and my friend Donnie was booking shows at the Chance in Poughkeepsie. So he was doing all the booking, and he was in touch with Jamie and stuff like that. So Donnie actually turned me on to Hatebreed or whatever, told him about me, and I went over to a show to meet him. And at the same time, Matt, their current drummer now,
Matt Byrne.
Yeah, man. I had been seeing Matt play with his old bands up in that area forever. Matt was actually an influence too, big time.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went to the show, saw Matt. Matt ended up taking the job with them, and then was with them for a couple months. And for whatever reason, I got a phone call a couple months after Matt took the job. And yeah, I got a phone call from Sean Martin, the guitar player, on a Wednesday, and he was just like, we need a drummer. Are you down? I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, we're going on tour. We're going on tour with Danzig and Sam Hain.
Woo!
I said, okay, great. And he goes, can you rehearse tomorrow? So that was Wednesday. He wanted to rehearse on Thursday. I go, yeah, I can rehearse tomorrow. When's the tour? He goes, we leave Friday.
Woohoo!
It's like, all right. And that was it. That's what I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, I'm assuming you knew the material sort of.
Yeah.
You sort of knew. It wasn't like you were stepping into something.
Yeah.
You kind of knew the shit. And then.
No, I definitely knew it. Yeah.
And then they sent you a set list, and you sort of looked at the set list and then went in there and sat with them. And I'm assuming, I mean, I know how I would do it in my band. I would get a guy in and we would just be like, set list, let's run through it a couple of times and let's go.
At that time, they had Satisfaction, their big victory record, Satisfaction is Death of Desire.
That record.
So brutal. And then they also had the Under the Knife demo. And so that was it. That was the only stuff that they had out. And I had been seeing them play forever since Jossa 13, since Jamie was doing that.
Yeah.
So like I knew the material. I'd seen them play, for God knows however many years. And then a couple months before, when I was given the heads up about possibly playing for them, I just started listening and whatever. So when he called me up, that was it. I was kind of prepared. So
yeah, that's listen. I've just doing this show and everything. I've circled back to Hatebreed because I've had Matt on the show and Jamie on the show.
Yeah,
but those first two releases were the two releases that I knew that stuff real well, and then I sort of wandered off to other things until, I kind of, those two releases, man, wow.
Well, Jamie was onto something. They were all really onto something. I mean, I don't really remember, it was so heavy. It was brutal. It was, it was a fast part to a breakdown. Yeah. And that's it. Like fast part to a breakdown,
right.
And I don't remember too many other bands, back then doing that,
Right.
So it was hard.
Yeah, Michelle Monona says, in my opinion, Riggs played at the best time of Hatebreed.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. They were blowing up.
Is that right? Hold on. I wonder about this. You guys hear me when I crack when I move? I gotta get
a little bit.
I gotta get a new chair. I always wonder about that. I got to get a new chair. Sorry about that. We'll fix that. Yeah, Paulie from Cropsy says Satisfaction changed hardcore forever. It did.
Yeah.
It really did. So Hatebreed for a couple of years, right? And then and then what led to you moving on, and then what came after that?
We had so we were on Ozfest, and I ended up staying in a hotel the night before, and I showed up to the set, to our set time or whatever, and two bands had dropped off the bill that day, like unexpectedly. So unfortunately, I was late for my set, for the Hatebreed set, and it just wasn't, it wasn't good, and dudes were pissed, and I got fired, essentially got fired. And it was a shame. It was too bad, but I don't know. I had a conversation with a couple of them the next day, and I don't know. I was young and stupid. We were all young and volatile and stupid and crazy. And I just chose to leave. I don't know. I chose to, just kind of keep going, part ways or whatever, which, I've spoken to Jamie and everybody since then for, it's been years. Again, we were all young. We were all, I don't know. It was just, we're all stubborn, and I was crazy back then, and they were blowing up, and so it was a good thing. It was a great thing that they ended up getting Matt. Matt Byrne, such a solid drummer, and so it was a good fit. It was perfect,
Good. Yeah, I just changed my shirt. Let me know if you still hear that sound, everybody out there. It could be the collar that was rubbing there. So I put on an RB NX shirt that I got last night. So there you go. That said, after Hatebreed, was that a little bit of Marauder and some Skarhead leading into Ragman? Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you? Hold on a second. You sent me this picture here, and I'm assuming that these people here, because I don't see you in this picture, you sent me this. Is this your family?
No, that's me. That's me on the left.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, that's me on the left.
They recognize you.
That's me, my mom, my aunt, and my uncle. And we had just played Giant Stadium that day on Tattoo the Earth tour.
I was there.
With Metallica. That was crazy. That was great.
And Slipknot, right?
It was Metallica was doing like a reschedule or whatever. So they jumped on the bill. So the bill was
Slipknot on that show?
It was Slayer, Slipknot, Slayer, Sepultura, Seven Dust, Jesus, who else?
Was Manson on that?
No, he wasn't. It was like Cold Chamber, Jesus, who else? Ton of bands, ton of huge bands. It was that was crazy. That was a dream come true, man. That was a dream tour.
Here, you know what? Who would have thunk it, right? Here's a shot of me at that show with Corey from Slipknot.
That's Sid.
Is it?
That's Sid. He wore the gas mask.
Got it. It's Sid the DJ.
Yeah.
I don't think that was Corey. Huh. All right.
They all wore masks.
That's Sid. Right.
Yeah.
Sid from Des Moines.
He was nuts, dude. That band was so talented. They put Hatebreed on big time. They were like a really, really, really big part of pushing Hatebreed and like, like making sure that they were like on like, big shows, big shows.
That's Giant Stadium behind us right there.
Yeah. That was such a great show.
Yeah, I remember that. That was cool. That was a good event. Let's talk a little bit about this band here, which some people really love this project that you worked on. This Ragman. That's you.
Yeah.
Is that Buskowitz?
Yeah, that's Busky. Busky ended up playing with us. Yeah.
And Jorge and Mitzi.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That band, Mitz and I had been talking about doing a project for a long time. I mean, like going back far since like, I don't know, probably like 98 or whatever. And he said he completely had a particular thing that he wanted to do. He wanted to write more like melodic riffs, kind of like Mike DeJean, an old Crown of Thorns, like, chords, melodies, and this and that. So he wanted to write stuff like that, but he wanted to have it backed up with Bulldog from Earth Crisis, because like Bulldog's bass playing, the sound, Earth Crisis, bass sound at that time was really unique, really, really rough, heavy, So he got Bulldog, and we wrote this music. We were sending music back and forth, and then. So we wrote all these songs, but then he wanted it topped with Jorge's vocals, his heavy, Jorge is just brutal. And so it was kind of like not super heavy music, right? But with Bulldog sound, and then Jorge on top of it, it was like kind of this like unique thing. And, we finally got to do it. and it came out pretty good. Came out great, actually. So then Busty ended up playing with us. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Busty's an animal. He's such an animal.
He was just back in Terror for a minute.
Yeah, I saw that.
But that's done for now for him. Here's another shot.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that? Wait a second. Who's that in the back?
That's me.
Oh, I see.
That's me. That's the four of us.
And Mitz is on the right.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
That was crazy.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, a lot of people love that band. And then I'm assuming at that point, since Mitz made his way into Madball, that when they needed a drummer, your name came up.
Yeah, so what happened with that was Hoya and I had done a tour with Skarhead back in, I want to say like 2001. And Hoya and I did this tour, but before that, before the Skarhead tour, Mitz called me up to do the farewell show for Madball in like, I think it was like 2000 or something like that at CBGB's. And I couldn't do it. I was on the road with Hatebreed. And so my name came up beforehand, and then Madball took a hiatus, I guess. And then so Hoya and I ended up going out on tour with Skarhead together and playing together. And when we were out there in Europe, they were everyone's, play Madball songs, this and that. And so whatever, like on the fly, we played a couple of Madball songs or whatever. And then, we came back from tour, and Madball started back up, and that was that. Asked to play,
And you were on the New York Hardcore EP, Legacy and Infiltrate the System, correct?
Yeah. What a privilege that was. That was awesome. That was like I don't know, bucket list stuff there, as far as like, playing with Hatebreed, and then I had known Skarhead and been friends with those guys for a long time, so it was rad, going with them to Europe and stuff. And
also that was a good time in Madball's history, man. They were really, they were really sort of,
Yeah. Well, they were like sought after. It was like, they came out with the Hold It Down album, which, in my opinion, was such a great album, and unfortunately, they didn't. It was like they didn't get to tour it quite, so much or whatever, because whatever, due to personal reasons. So anyway, after leaving that album on the table, kind of, and being out there, and then not playing shows anymore, when they came back, it was really kind of a big deal to come out with something, like
people love the Legacy album by Madball. It's a great record.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Any special recollections from that era of kind of getting out there and doing it with Madball?
It was like playing with Madball was like a real treat. Like it was a real treat. That's kind of when I became like all of my influences and drumming and this and that. Like I got with Madball, and there was like break beats, and there was groove to it, but it was heavy, and there was attitude, and it really and then being that whole time in the scene and everything, and it really blew up, and I'm just really grateful I got to do that, because it really
Sure. I
couldn't have been with a better band, you know what I mean? And it really changed my style. It really kind of, I don't know, made me play the way, I play now.
Cool. Hey, let me take a sponsor break, and let me shout out some sponsors, and let's come back and let's do album of the week with Sid the Kid. I think you're gonna like it. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
See you in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, what's happening? This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and our guest today is Mr. Riggs Ross, currently of Sub-Zero, formerly of Madball, Hatebreed, Skarhead, Crown of Thorns, Ragmen, etc., etc. We are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chacho's Tacos, Generation Records, and 126 Hardcore Clothing. It's a streetwear brand for restless individuals who don't compromise. They are about being positive, spontaneous, and true to yourself. For years, they experimented with several printing methods and materials and collaborated with a large number of designers and illustrators, always giving room for fresh perspectives while retaining the hardcore attitude. Get in touch with them and ramp up your game at www.126clothing.com. Come on now, Chacho's Tacos, located in Corpus Christi. They opened their doors in 2001, home of the almighty Chacho's Taco. They cook up an incredible home-style Tex-Mex food, and this month they're celebrating their 20th anniversary. They've been supporting underground music since the beginning, and in their own words, we ain't stopping anytime soon. Touring bands that play Corpus Christi, swing by and get a home-cooked meal at Chacho's Tacos. We got you. The underground scene will never die. Please follow us on Facebook or on Instagram. Joe Rumini, the Texas Silver Rush. It's a jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of the Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. They specialize in work with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as style them for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. Their client list includes Rock Roll Hall of Famers Greg Rowley, Ringo Starr, and of course, Agnostic Front. During this current pandemic, all information and online sales are being taken at their Facebook and Instagram page, and of course, www.thetexassilverrush.com. Want to mention the next 4 shows coming up this Wednesday. Flora from Ma'afa is coming on the show. Yes, Flora's coming up this Wednesday from Ma'afa and the 1865. Of course, Ma'afa is also playing the show a week from today at the Bowery Electric. I'll put that flyer up in a minute. We will not be doing this show a week from today because we're going to be doing a all ages free matinee down at the Bowery Electric. So get your friggin' ass down there. A week after that, Wednesday, April 6th, comedian, Side One Dummy Records, owner operator and musician Joe Sib, guaranteed to be a funny show. Sunday, April 10th, Matt Melnick will be on the show. Dark Side NYC, Download and Disassociate. Wednesday, April 20th, Doug Carrion from Field Day, Descendants, Cottonmouth Kings, and Dag Nasty will be on the show. So that should be cool. I want to mention that a week from today, you heard? Sunday matinees are back on the Bowery. Women in the Pit and the New York Hardcore Chronicles proudly presents Rampage Fest 3. Get your shoes and socks on, kids. It's right around the corner with the following: Fright, Scum City, Crossfire, Ma'afa. We are doing a High and Mighty reunion. That's right. One and done here. Rebelmatic and Fahrenheit 451. This is going to be a great show, and it's free. So get your cheap ass down to the Bowery Electric. I want to mention, I want to announce the show. How about, I haven't even mentioned this to anybody. Nobody. I'm going to tell you right now. This is an interesting one. All right. Sunday, April 17th. All right. Kind of timely. All right. Eugene from Go-Go Bordello's coming on the show. He's deep. He's Ukrainian. If you know this band, This is a beloved band. Eugene is quite a character, and he will be on the show Sunday, April 17th. So just announced it. Here you go. All are welcome to attend. Want to mention my Patreon page. Please support the show. Always need your support for the show. There it is. Don't be shy. Listen, people come and go. There's people that have been patrons. They left. They come back. This is how we do. This is how we do it. This is how the show survives. Your patronage. So please, if you watch the show, if you enjoy the show, for as little as $2 a month, come join our community within the community. There's also a PayPal address there if you want to make a contribution. The show could use it, really. Yeah. Yes. Go. Yeah. Everyone's psyched about Eugene. Yeah. Eugene's coming on. Yep. Bring it. So yeah. So that's leave, come back. Just join Patreon. Just support the show. What do you want me to tell you? Also, I want to shout out a couple of my recent patrons. Dave Martin, Brenda Cato, Dan Loriano, Frank, and Michael Title. Am I pronouncing that right? Title? Or is it Tittle? Michael Tittle? Title? Also, I want to shout out some friends and supporters. The Grunge and Grime Soap Company, who are standing by to be a sponsor for the show. They are a hardcore soap company. They make soap. Cool shit. And they're going to send me some products so we can do a bit, do a shtick. So also, Chico, my page, Chico, you were at the show last night and you didn't come and say hello to me? You hurt my feelings, bro. Listen, if you see me out in the show and you're a patron or you watch the show, please come say hi. You know? People bug out when they see me in person now. It's like, I actually exist in person. I'm not like fucking Max Headroom, you know? So, yep. Is the soap vegan? I don't know, man. That's a good question. We'll get some of their product and we'll find out. I don't know. They asked me about sponsorship. I checked out their site. It is, if you want to check it out, it's Grunge and Grime Soap Company. It's at grungeandgrime.com. He gave me a guitar pick. So, yeah, Eugene's coming on the show. How about that? How about while we're chopping it up? While we're chopping it up, let's do the next 4 shows. Before we bring Sid on, we do album of the week. All right, just real quick while we're at it, and being that I have limited brain function on 3 hours sleep, the next 4 shows. Sunday, April 24th is the Lemoore retrospective with DJ Alex K, and that should be cool. We'll take a walk down memory lane and talk about Lemoores. Wednesday, April 27th, Carl Kennedy from the Rods. He was the in-house producer for Megaforce Records. He produced the early Anthrax stuff, Blue Cheer, and Overkill. Sunday, May 1st, Caves from the Lords of Brooklyn, graffiti legend, will be on the show. And, of course, Sunday, May 15th, is the Sound of Scars Life of Agony documentary show with director Leigh Brooks, Joey Z, and Alan Robert. You know what? That reminds me. I should mention, it's been a long time since I have mentioned something like this. You know, it hasn't officially been announced. We have Michael Alago on the show talking about the re-release of Who the Fuck Is That Guy? The Fabulous Journey of Michael Alago. And we're about to put out a press release and do all that. But I want to say that Who the Fuck Is That Guy? The Fabulous Journey of Michael Alago is on Amazon Prime. Again, if you want to watch it. Along with my other films. I have 4 films on Amazon Prime right now, including the New York Hardcore Chronicles film XXX All Ages, XXX the Boston Hardcore film, and the New York Hardcore Chronicles film 1.5. So all this is on Amazon. If you're sitting at home and you're looking for something to watch, check out one of my films. But the Alago film, after a 3-year run on Netflix, is back on Amazon Prime. So, so please, check it out. Oh, shouting out my latest patron, Mr. Christopher Hoffman. So thank you, buddy. See, I like when there's cause and effect on this show. Welcome, Christopher Hoffman. All right. Yeah, check it out. The Alago film is great. I got to say. Not just because I did it. It's just a good film. And I don't say that about everything I've done. It's got a first act, a second act, a third act. Watch Who the Fuck Is That Guy, The Fabulous Journey of Mike Alago. Metallica's in it. Cyndi Lauper. What can I say? Watch the fucking film. So, are the Oscars tonight? Is that right? God, the Oscars is such a crock of shit, man. Now, really fucking God. Don't even get me started on the Oscars. Is it tonight, the Oscars? Yep. You can't find it? Wait. Is it only in U.S.? I can't vouch for if it's on look on Jacob, look on YouTube. The Alago film was also on YouTube. You can buy it off YouTube. So, that said, let's keep it moving and grooving. Let's bring on our guest. Hey, man. You got to unmute yourself. Hey. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Here's Michael from our soap guy. Yo, Drew, thanks, man. Most of the soaps are vegan except the oats and honey. Hey, Michael, you got to send me some product, man. So we could do a shtick with it. Soap. That's what it's come to. Soap. I should have a soap sponsor. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of dirty motherfuckers out there.
Seriously, man. Clean my nasty ass with that soap. Hey, let's bring our friend Sid the Kid on, all right?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
What's going on, Drew? What's up, Riggs?
Yeah, Sid. What's up, man?
Oh, Drew, you're going to love this one today. You're all going to love this
one.
Ooh.
Hey, hold on. Before you do that, see what happens? This dude's they're not even a sponsor yet. And Whitney says, I'm going to buy the Electric of the Tiger soap. So there you go.
And for those crying in the comments, I actually have a Madball shirt.
Is that the Madball shirt?
No, that one went for $300 on eBay. Hey, who says hardcore doesn't pay?
Selling all your crappy garments on eBay?
Hey, you get rid of your shit, Drew. I get rid of my crap.
Yeah, I got rid of all my shit, man, for sure. Hey, so let's do album of the week with Sid the Kid, huh?
Oh, I'm waiting for it, Drew. Whenever you're
all
ready,
right,
boss.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, here's an answer. Here's someone's asking. RS, much respect, Sid. Who's picking the record that's going up? How does that process happen?
For everybody who knows, we actually kind of go between me and Drew or me and the guest. We try to have an album that resonates with said guest. Sometimes it'll work out, sometimes it won't. We can't please everybody on the show. Just like in life, you can't please everybody. It's what we feel, maybe a few people might like it, maybe a few people don't. It's to within the eye of the beholder and all those other cliches that we could think of on the show.
Okay. So, I mean, and in this particular case, I believe you spoke to the guest and you just ran it by me and I'm like, yeah, cool, right?
Yeah, because Mr. Ross kind of talked about a said band. So...
All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, clank your chains and count your change. Album of the week. Boom.
Yeah.
All right, Sid, you're on. You have the floor.
Yep, I'm freestyling this really quickly, everybody, because there is a lot, but I'm going to cut it down as best I can. So, obviously, this is Leeway's second release entitled Desperate Measures, which was, I believe, recorded in April of 1990 at Normandy Sound up in beautiful Warren, Rhode Island. And this was released in June of 91. Came out on Profile Records. Later on, Another Planet reissue. Chris Williamson, who also owned Rock Hotel at the time, produced this record. Now, this also was the first record that featured Jimmy Santos and Pokey, who replaced the two original members at the time on this record. Now, definitely for those who know this record and Born to Expire, is night and day. Obviously, with this record, a lot of people didn't take to it at first because, quite honestly, it was definitely not as thrash and as hardcore as it was, where the second record was more of a groove, little funk thrown in, which took a lot of people off, kind of, rubbed some people off the wrong way. But honestly, this is just like what most bands evolve. And honestly, this record to me was that record where Leeway was just evolving with their music and how their style. As much as AJ kind of wasn't about the record, Michael Gibbons really had more of a positive manner on this release. And, over the years, obviously, when it takes a little time to sit, people appreciate it more for what it is. I mean, you have Kingpin, which obviously is a very straight up track, but then you have a really good, little melodic take with No Heroes, and you got Stand For, 2 Minute Warning. Like, you can't go wrong with a lot of the tracks on this record itself.
Riggs, is this an album that resonates for you?
Absolutely. This was huge for me. This album, I was a metalhead. I didn't know anything about, hardcore or anything, about what was coming out of the city and the whole scene. And a friend of mine, my best friend still to this day, this guy, Bill Youngman, turned me on to this album because he knew I loved thrash. He knew I loved thrash. We used to listen to old hip hop too. And he just said, you got to hear this band. You got to hear this band. They're from the city, and yeah, I listened to it and it completely changed the game for me because I heard, I heard Pokey. Well, first of all, it was all thrash, and then you hear, Eddie, singing, and it was kind of, it was kind of hard, but he's got his own obviously, distinct style, and it's not just metal heavy, whatever. Anyway, screaming, he can sing, and then though I heard Pokey playing. And there was break beats and there was flavor and it was kind of hip hop. And it was the first time I really heard closed hi-hat, groove beats, over these insane chugs, gallops and everything. And yeah, that seriously changed, opened me up big time. This is still, when he asked me, albums, whatever.
You mentioned the drumming and you mentioned gallops, which is interesting. To me, Pokey's drumming it really stands out on this record. But for me, two words: Michael Gibbons.
Yeah,
that Michael Gibbons' guitar playing on this record really puts this, really.
AJ too.
Yeah. But I think of Born to Expire, and Desperate Measures. The two, with Michael Gibbons, and that is the Leeway that I sort of, identify with. And
of course,
somebody said, this is interesting. Somebody said, where is that comment? Somebody said, and I know these are just. Oh, here we go. Wait. Yeah, here we go. Best New York hardcore album. And I know we're talking. I know we're putting parameters on music, and we're being fucking lame, and we're try to categorize things. But I never thought of this as a New York hardcore record. To me, this is an incredible crossover album. This has elements. This has elements of hardcore, and this has elements of metal. And this is a real fusion. This is one of the textbook, cases of to me, this record, Leeway, Cro-Mag's Best Wishes, Agnostic Front Cause for Alarm. This is one of the great American crossover records. This is like, you got peanut butter in my chocolate, you got chocolate in my peanut butter. And I remember this, this record took a long time to come out, if I remember correctly. And I remember when it finally came out, I remember we were listening to it in front of the Cat Club with a bunch of people. I think maybe, when Eddie was with, and I just remember thinking how much Eddie's voice sounded like Ozzy Osbourne, like just the way it was tracked and the way it was produced. I just thought it was a huge production, man.
Yeah.
It was like this production of this record at the time was like, Chris Williamson produced it, actually,
Because even though Eddie's vocals were mixed too heavily, and that can't be heard within the mix, overall it's still a good record. I mean, even with those little elements of like metal, like rap chorus sound, even and it shows on the 2-minute warning track. It showed how it started to develop and how now bands from 93 on kind of adapted a little bit and to make it their own. Own sound.
Sure. And speaking of Cro-Mag's Best Wishes, our friend Paris Mayhew brings up, of course, Carnivore Retaliation and Crumbsucker's Life of Dreams, which were also, pinnacle, iconic crossover records.
Oh, obviously.
Listen, the first person that ever turned me on to Carnivore was Paris Mayhew. And then, of course, we went on to do the Typo Negative Black #1 video together. But Paris Mayhew is the one who put Carnivore on my I saw Carnivore play, but it didn't really resonate with me at the time. But Paris sort of like, you got to listen to this, So there you go. So yeah, yeah, and of course, yes, SOD. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know what? We should do like a crossover show. Like, we should just do a straight. I love when we do themed shows. We should do a crossover show. Yes, Lou. Hey, shouting out Lou DeBella from Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Louis.
Yep. And you know what, Sid? You sent this to me too, and I don't remember, but this could be the case that you sent this to me, and this showed that this was released as a CD. Is it safe to say that Desperate Measures was just at the time was just released on CD? Were we done with vinyl by that point?
I mean, like at that, like obviously like around 90, 91, record industry in general was putting out, they were pushing more of the CDs. Vinyl, not necessarily so much, but I mean, through Profile, I wouldn't be surprised. And I know people out there watching this could chime in. I mean, eventually it was re-released later. I know Another Planet re-released it on vinyl, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely, around, again, 90, I mean, even 89 to about 93, CDs were just getting pushed, like, especially bigger labels were just pushing CDs, especially with the long boxes like at Tower Records or Sam Goody. Yeah.
The long boxes.
Oh, we killed the environment even quicker with that shit.
Oh, whatever, Sid, I know you tell us about, you got your show. Let's hear it.
Yep, guys, and I'm back on the wheels this Wednesday, March 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always, trying to find new stuff that Drew hates personally. That's why I keep playing it. And just like it's a honey hole, like music in general. You think one thing is good, you go down that rabbit hole, and you always find like that one gem. Especially out in the UK, there are tons and tons of hardcore bands I've never heard of over the last 5 years, and even new ones that are coming out, and they're just like blowing the fuck up left and right. And I'm just hopefully, I know the Chisel, they're coming out in May. This one band, I think they either called Fatal Blow. I want to say but that might be an Oi band, but this is one other band from Leeds, and Leeds specifically has that honey hole for hardcore, specifically over the last 5 years.
A honey hole.
Oh yeah. Look up The Flex, Drew. That's another
honey
band.
hole, huh?
Oh yeah, The Flex is that one band from Leeds. Like next to Voorhees is the other like really big band out of that area.
I'm not going to get into the honey hole thing.
That's not what she said.
And you guys are playing your band United Blood, right?
Finally, yeah. After I don't know how many years, Drew. Can somebody count out there on the show with me? Because it's been this long. But yeah, no, we got asked. Robert from Scenic reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, we need an opener," and we automatically jumped on it. I mean, it's definitely, this lineup is definitely different from what we play. But honestly, a show is a show. But I like, Year of the Knife are a really good band. Cruel Hand, I've seen a handful of times, and you can't go wrong.
Cruel Hand's great.
Oh yeah, Death Before Dishonor. I've even done worked a few shows with them over the years, and they're greatest guys. And
nicest guys.
And this show is
at the Market Hotel.
Right.
The one thing though, guys, if you want to get tickets, go to markethotel.org. Just be wary because, of course, when we thought everything was over, for those who are about this, please bring proof of vaccination. That's the club's policy, not mine, not the promoters. It's the club's policy. Just leaving it at that.
So fucking Market Hotel is requiring people to show proof of vax, even though New York City has rescinded the mandate.
Exactly. Yes, Drew. Unless it drops before the state.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Hey, Drew. I'm there to play a show. I'm pulling.
Hey, listen, Sid. Just because you drive the getaway car don't mean you're innocent, bro.
No, dude. I'm driving my car. I'm playing my show, and I'm getting the fuck out.
I can't believe there's still clubs in New York City that would insist on that.
Well,
that's fucked up, man.
Politics can eat a dick, and that's my rent for the day. But
hey, listen, we're not getting into politics here, but I'm just saying, I'm like.
But it is Sunday's shout out day, Drew. It is Sunday shout out day.
Who do you want to shout out?
Happy birthday, Caesar from District 9. If all you motherfuckers.
Yeah!
It's his birthday today. And I know you watching, see. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
I guess, of course, everybody watching the show, having a good time. Big props to you, Drew. What's it been now, Drew? A year and a half we've been doing this now?
It's 2 years. It's 2 fucking years, dude.
It just never stops. Drew.
April's 2 years.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
We're all getting
crazy,
old,
man. It's really crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I find we get better with age, Drew.
Yeah.
I don't let anything bother me at this point. Like, if the show's great, that's cool. If the show's a disaster, we've never really had a disaster show, So,
yeah, but hey, we roll with it. That's how we do it.
It's all good, man. I'm very fortunate to have great friends and supporters like you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
Sid, we'll see you soon, buddy.
Cheers. Later, Sid. Thank you, brother.
Right, later on.
That
was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. You know what we did? You know what we didn't? What we didn't mention, and maybe we could probably get. Hold on, let me just get a little heavy here. Is this kid Taylor Hawkins passed away from the Foo Fighters?
I heard about that. I've seen it. I don't know why. Why?
Well, listen, I'm not here to speculate. The dude had a wife and kids and all that, but they're saying they found 10 different drugs in his system. And nothing for nothing, but they were, in Bogota, Colombia. So
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Matty Costa, you know what happened in Bogota, and I know AK Ray is watching too.
Yeah.
So chime in if you'd like.
That's hard.
Yeah. No. Anyway, getting serious. That's a shame, man. Because that's a shame, man. He was a great drummer. He was an unbelievable drummer. I know he was insanely respected, like throughout the whole, music, community and everything. It's tragic. It really is tragic.
Yeah.
Because that dude, like you could tell the chemistry of like Dave Grohl, Taylor Hawkins, and I forgot the other guitar player, but like Pat
Smear.
Yeah, Pat Smear. They were, their whole chemistry. They were out to have fun. They were just rocking and rolling. They're just doing, like they were the biggest. They are the biggest band. And great music, and their energy was unbelievable, and it's too bad. It's really too bad.
I've railed on the Foo Fighters on this show. I fucking ranked on them, and I went and saw them play, and like kind of suffered through it. They're not exactly my cup of tea, but I certainly respect them and what they do as fellow artists and fellow musicians. And taking the piss out of somebody's kind of part of this show. Goof around a little bit on Sunday. Look, but those guys have done great things. And yeah, it's a sad case. And in a certain regard, it makes me reflect about my life and the fact that yesterday was 13 years clean and sober for me.
That's huge, man.
Yeah. And
that's unbelievable.
I'm not a big program guy, at this stage, but when things like that happen, it puts things in perspective for me as far as, when I was out there getting high, and that's about it, and I wouldn't have anything, especially a show like this and loving great people in my life, if it wasn't, and I'm just talking about me here. You know what I mean? I'm not telling anybody out there like, yo, go do this or go do that. I'm talking about Drew Stone right here. And like, for me, if it wasn't for me, knocking it off and getting clean and sober, I'd have fucking nothing.
Dude, I had nothing. I mean, like whatever we could talk about it here. I mean, I was a mess. I was a mess my whole life. Through the whole scene, through, playing, and, everybody knew me as a fucking mess. And I got down to nothing, man. My kid was 6 months old. I was 149 pounds. All the B&B guys, Freddie, Cousin Joe, everybody, all those guys, they had an intervention with me, and they basically, shook me. I was so out of my mind, and basically gave me an opportunity. And, I left, 6 years ago, went to LA, I went to rehab for 6 months. It wasn't a perfect ride till now, but I'm 16. Yeah. Like I had, 16 months.
That's great.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I should be dead. Like I should.
No disrespect, but I looked at you back then.
Right.
I looked at you back then, and it was like, this is a dude that's hitting it hard, man.
It was 149 pounds, like 149. I'm 205 today, or like 202 today.
Yep.
So
this is something that we rarely talk about on this show. This show, we're not here to talk, but once in a while when I have a guest like you, and you and I talk about this privately because we're friends. Yeah. But I felt like today, with what's going on in the world, with this,
kidding,
with this poor bastard, passing away, and the fact that I had 13 years, and that you're there, and you're there for your kid, and you're there for your family, and that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, it's a I mean, it's not easy. It's certainly not fucking easy. And you asked me about coming back to New York and stuff earlier, and that's certainly not easy. I haven't been here in forever, and my life and my routine is like completely 100% different. But coming back here, it's amazing how fast. Like, I think I told you this the other day. When things get bad or times are looking rough, my brain goes right back to default setting. Mike, I love you, Dijon. I'm right in your neighborhood, homie. But my brain goes right back to default setting, and it's like, it's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
I got not to keep going on this,
it's all good.
But I'm 13 years clean, and I had a fucked up dream the other night that I was like doing hard drugs, and I'm 13 years in, and I had this. You know what it is? You know what I made the mistake? I was watching, I watch all kinds of shit on TV. Like and I was watching this documentary, Cocaine Cowboys,
Yeah.
And it was just like, so this was like, these were the visuals. It's true. Like, these were the visuals that were like going through my mind, and I go to sleep and I have like this fucking dream with like this crazy ass dream with like serious hard drugs. and it's been 13 years. You know,
I can't watch a lot of shit that I used to watch.
Yeah.
Like I can't, because it affected me and my.
No, don't watch that crack documentary. It'll fuck you up, dude. I can't even talk about it with without getting like nauseous. It's crazy. Like it's it's fucked up. Hey, let's keep it moving and grooving, and we'll use this as kind of a segue. You know, you sent me this. Hold on. Yeah, I want to shout out Larry Kelly, my right hand man. Got 22 years coming.
Hell yeah!
You know? And this is a dude I used to hit it. I used to hit it hard with this dude, man. Back in the day, we used to do. I can't even say what we used to do back in the day. It's like that hardcore, you know. You sent me this picture, and are you getting baptized?
Oh
in
shit!
This photo here?
Yeah, I am. That's yeah.
It'll pop up. Hello. Come on, baby, come on. There you go. What's happening?
Yeah. So it's crazy. So that's me. That's Sonny from POD on my left. And I forgot. I think that's his name is Matt. But I'm getting baptized. So it's crazy because Mike DeJean just chimed in. So I had a little project with Mike DeJean right before I went out to rehab, and Q Unique also. And so we ended up playing some shows with POD literally like the week before I was leaving.
Uh-huh.
So I ended up talking to Sonny about what I was doing, leaving, going to rehab, the whole nine. And he basically was like, reach out to me while you're out here or whatever. Mm-hmm. So craziness, like, how people get put into your life. My first day in rehab, I meet this dude, Paco, and I was wearing a tribal shirt. He was wearing a POD shirt. So he asked me, what do you know about tribal? I said, yeah, I'm endorsed by him. I know Bobby, this and that. I said, what do you know about POD? I just played a show with him 2 days ago. And that was his childhood best friend, still is to this day. So anyway, about 4 months into rehab or whatever, Paco was out, and he picked me up for a day pass, and it was a surprise. And he drove me down to, I want to say, Laguna Beach or something.
That sounds about right.
On your way down to San Diego, and that's at a spot called the Cove. And the Who's Ever Church, Sonny and those dudes do like a massive baptism. There was like 1,000 people, and it was crazy. It was great. What an experience that was. Yeah, that was unreal. Awesome. Wow. That was unreal. Special day.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about let me see what else I got here. Let's talk a little bit about Sub-Zero, a band you've been with a couple years, a band I used to manage, a band that I'm connected with.
That was my first band I ever really saw.
Is this you recording with Sub-Zero?
Yeah, that was during the pandemic. Yeah.
Tell us about you joining Sub-Zero, your history with them, and how that came about.
My history with Sub-Zero, I was like 14 years old, going to like a teen club up in Brewster, New York, and I saw Sub-Zero play, and it was the first time I had ever been to a show where like you see the band right there, and then they're right there. It's a little show, so you're hanging out or whatever. So I met Lou and like Little Tony and those guys, and Richie, and ended up becoming friends with them. They were like 17 or 18 years old, and I was like 14 or whatever. And they really got me into the whole scene. Like, they really got me into the whole scene. So I started going to shows with them, with Lou and everybody. That's how I met like, Ezek and all those guys. And, so, I remained friends with them forever. And I don't know, it was like maybe 2012 or 2014 or something, maybe 2012. I don't know. They needed a drummer. at one point.
I didn't realize it was 10 years ago already.
It was something like that. It was a long time ago because I left for LA in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
In 2016, and I had been playing with them since like maybe 2013. You know, we did a bunch of shows. We did a couple shows at Bowery Electric, actually. We played the Regulator show when John and Mackie and Doc and Daryl did the Cro-Mags benefit, that cancer benefit.
Yeah.
So that was back in 2014, I want to say, or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I've been playing with them for a while. And then
good band these days with Matty Pasta too,
Oh, dude, there's such good chemistry in that band. The fact that Sub-Zero's been going for like almost 30 years or something like that, a little over 30 years with Richie, Lou, and Larry. And then Matty and I had been playing together for years with Skarhead and Crown of Thorns, and Sub-Zero or whatever. So, what a great guitar player, man. He is something else. And so the hell were we saying? So anyway, during the pandemic or whatever, ended up getting in touch with Richie or they reached out to me, said they were writing some new stuff and asked if I'd be interested,
That's
so
cool.
So I came back, it'd been like 5 years.
Yeah. And everybody's saying it was a great show last night. So good.
Yeah, it was cool.
You know what? It's interesting. The show last night was put on by our sponsor, New York Hardcore.
Yeah.
And what our first sponsor, and man, those guys they do so much to support the show, and we sure appreciate it. They've done, I think, 3 shows there, and every show they do there, you think like you walk in, you're like, oh man, a bar. A bar in fucking
Ardsley, fucking yeah.
And then you know what? People fucking packed that place out, man.
Yeah, it was like an old show. It was like one of your shows. It's like there was like 100 something people, 150 people. Everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was good. It was good.
That's awesome. And
Maddie.
I wish I could have been there. I had to support the women of the pit up in
Brockton or wherever you went.
Yo, Brockton, bro. Brockton.
Shout out.
Yo, shout out to Brockton, yo.
Hardest fucking city around ever.
Come on, man. Brockton's up there with like Camden, New Jersey, and like,
I don't know, man. I didn't know anybody from Camden, but I definitely knew a bunch of guys from fucking Brockton, and
right.
I'll put them up against anybody.
Absolutely. We use this flyer, and we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back. We'll take questions from around the world, so everybody get those together. But here's a shot. Here's a shot taken by.
Oh shit!
Right?
Yeah, that was taken by Michael Alago.
Yeah. That
was Michael. Yeah.
Mike takes good shots, man.
Yeah, that was at the Tompkins Square Park show.
I see that. Yeah. Shout out to Michael Alago. Watch our film on Prime right now,
Yeah.
So, Michael Alago, bane of my existence. But but I love him, man.
I love that dude too, man. I met him. That was the first time I met him at that show, and he we've been in touch a bunch since then, and he's just a good dude. He's a great, kind person,
He is.
He's helped me through some tough times, talking. So
he is.
Thank you, Michael.
Absolutely, he is a part of my family. Really, at this point, he's he's part of my world and a part of my family, and talks to my mom.
And part of a shitload of people's lives. Yeah. After watching your film, it's like, holy Christ,
Absolutely.
It's a perfect title. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the hell is that guy? And it's like, who the hell is that guy? And then you watch that film, and he's responsible for. He's responsible for much.
He was in on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's in on a lot of stuff. Hey, let's take a break. Let me take my last sponsor break, and let's come back and let's take some questions from around the world, okay?
10 minutes? What do you want?
Yanni, it'll be, about that. Maybe a little less.
Okay, cool.
All right, here we go. What's happening? It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and our guest today is Mr. Riggs Ross, currently of Sub-Zero, formerly of Madball, Skarhead, Crown of Thorns, Ragmen, Hatebreed. All right? Get your questions together. Let's have some fun questions. It's Shout Out Sunday too, you know. We are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chacho's Tacos, 126 Hardcore Clothing, and since 1992, Generation Records has been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene. Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues, soundtrack, and reggae LPs, as well as T-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com. Follow them on Facebook or on Instagram. Come on now, DTFM Vinyl Distro. It's a record store that specializes in underground music, punk, ska, hardcore metal, and more. Located in the heart of Fargo, North Dakota's industrial district. Shop in person or online at www.dtfmvinyldistro.com, where the motto is death to false metal. This is probably a first that all three record-related sponsors are coming up at the same time. It's that kind of a day. Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, located in Lakewood, Colorado, is the Rocky Mountain headquarters for all things punk, hardcore, and metal. Established in 2014, they have the largest selection of record CDs, shirts, stickers, patches, and accessories between Chicago and Los Angeles. From the pit to the ditch, they got your back. Get in touch with them at www.chainreactionrecords.com. Let me announce a couple of shows coming up. If you haven't heard, coming up on Wednesday, May 25th. Just saw her last night. Mei Ling Kohler and her husband Pete from Sick of It All will be on the show. This should be interesting, mixing it up a little bit. Don't be scared. That's Wednesday, May 25th. Then on Sunday, May 29th, we move this one to this date. It is the Castle Heights, a.k.a. Castle Fights, 20th anniversary show with Kevin Castle Scandato, with a couple of special guests. This should be very cool. We should be revisiting and reliving the history of the beloved venue, Castle Heights. This one I just announced, near and dear to my heart. We're finally getting another side trip show happening where we kind of veer off from the New York hardcore thing a little bit. This guy is in my new film. If you know him, you love him. He is a very, very interesting and intriguing and spiritual character. I'm talking about Laser Lloyd. He's coming up on Wednesday, June 1st. It is a side trips episode. So please tune in for that. Who is lined up for the Big 200? Well, there's some calls out there, and it's not being announced yet, but it's we're working on it, and it's a couple of big heavy hitters. So we'll see what happens. If I land one of these big fish, you know. Actually, we decided it's Satan. Satan is going to be our 200th. Satan's going to be on our 200th episode. You know, we need someone real hardcore, so we're going to bring Satan on the show. New York hardcore OG, Satan. So there you go. Drew Stone interviews Satan. There you go. I mentioned it before. I'll mention again. Please support the show on Patreon. Here it is again. Welcome back, Christopher Hoffman. Support the show. Join us. Speaking of Satan, join us. So please. Rampage Fest 3 is coming up. There's no show coming up on a week from today, because we are doing Rampage Fest 3 at Bowery Electric, and we are doing a High and the Mighty reunion. One and done. Me, Zum, Tristan, and REA. So that's coming up a week from today. We will not be doing this show. We'll be doing that show. Everybody come down. It's free. Sunday, all ages matinee on the Bowery. So get your friggin' ass down there. What else? If you have a burning desire for our guest, a question, there's super chat. Please do a super chat. You can also contribute a couple bucks to the show while you're doing it. It comes through in color. I can't miss it. You go right to the front of the line. Sometimes things. Also, there's some talk about all my patrons doing my walking tour. And we decided we're doing the walking tour on April 23rd. It looks like there's going to be a big show in Tompkins Square Park April 23rd. So we are going to reschedule the walking tour date, all my patrons. Let's wait till it gets announced, but we'll see what happens with that. Yes, this is an RBNX shirt that was given to me last night at the show. So I'm rocking it. Make sure you tell those guys I'm rocking their shirt. That said, let's bring our guest back on. Please, if you've posted a question, repost it again so we can ask our guest. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, G-Man, drummer for Chrome.
G-Man.
Yes, Riggs is a heavy hitter. You are a heavy hitter, bro. You hit hard. What's the line of thought with that? I mean, you're a fucking backer, bro.
I started hitting hard. I wasn't the most technical drummer, but when I was younger, I wasn't the most technical dude. But I said I was gonna hit hard. I always said you know what though, but I'm gonna hit hard, yeah. And it's funny because Kenny from Candiria, Ken Shulk was the guy that blew my mind with that, because how technical he is and his techniques and all this stuff. He plays with such finesse, but he hits so freaking hard. Right. And him and I, that's kind of how we ended up clicking forever ago, over 20 years ago. Right. We had a very similar stroke, snare hit. Yeah. And he recognized it, and I don't know, I'm not the most technical, but yeah.
Me and my gal drove up to the show up in Brockton, and Danny Schuler plays with Kings Never Die.
That right? Dude hits fucking hard.
So my gal comes from sort of like a goth background and that kind of thing. She's not hip to all my hardcore gorilla friends, right?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there watching, and I said, yo, this dude playing drums, this friggin' gorilla playing drums here, check that out. And
yeah.
Danny was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find a picture right now. I'm trying to find a picture and send it to you.
Yeah.
There's a picture on my Instagram. It's me, Danny, and Luke at a show, dude. What a great guy, man. Luke too, man. Luke's awesome as well.
Is it true? Roxy Rodriguez asks, is it true that Slayer approached Riggs after Dave Lombardo regarding how he would play drums on some tracks back in the day? What's that? I never heard that.
No. How he would play some tracks? No, that was Igor. That was Igor Cavalera and Paul Bostaph. We were at a show. And it was Tattoo the Earth, and so that was a dream come true, because Paul Bostaph and Igor, they were, mentors, like big time, you know, and influences.
Paul Bostaph is
he's great. That guy's got some serious flavor too, and
he smokes. He boogies, man. He's
you know, big time. And I always say this, and if she's still watching, if Karen's still watching, we laugh about this shit because Lombardo is you know, is king. But Paul Bostaph, when he came out on, you know, that first freaking Slayer record, Divine Intervention, you know, and everybody was talking, oh, you know, you can't replace Lombardo. And the first fucking song, I get goosebumps. He comes out with that insane fill, and just kills it.
Yeah, Gemini was on there, right? Gemini. Yeah.
So anyway,
I like that. I really like that Slayer record, and like
it's a great album, a great record. Great record.
Now, I wasn't a Slayer dude early on. I didn't care. I didn't like them at all. But I was sort of in the mix when that record came out. So like that came across my radar screen, and like I guess I was working with Biohazard at the time, whatever. We were doing those concrete forum things, and and like that record it's right, and I really gave it an honest listen. I was like, "Yo, this record's great."
Fucking great record.
Yeah.
So especially coming from Seasons in the Abyss.
Gemini was Undisputed.
Undisputed Attitude. Yeah, that was their cover. So what had happened was it's funny. My friend Adam was there visiting. Igor and Paul pulled me up onto the tour bus, onto Sepultura's tour bus, and Igor was like, hey, I want you to listen to something, because they were doing some, like they had recorded some new material or whatever, and so whatever. So I listened to it, and of course I'm like, oh yeah, it's amazing, you know, and it was great, it was amazing, and Paul's like, Paul like hit Igor and was like, ask him, man, ask him, and he's like, no, seriously, is there anything you'd change? Like Igor's like, is there anything you'd change? And I'm like sitting there talking to my fucking idols. I got Slayer and Sepultura.
Oh, they're asking you like.
Yeah, Igor asked me like, what's your opinion on the drum tracks? And I was like, they're fucking great, dude. It's you. And Paul's like, fuck that shit, Riggs. He goes, yo, tell him for real. And I'm like,
that's tough, man.
I'm like, it's awesome. I mean, it's fucking awesome. And he goes, whatever, man. Paul's like, whatever, dude. He goes, tell him honestly. And so I was like, everything's fucking awesome except coming out of this one little breakdown thing. Instead of doing this fill into it, I would have like, you know, accented something, snare hit, rest into it, you know? And Paul was like, I fucking told you, man, blah, blah, blah. I told you to say that or whatever. And yeah, so that's all it was. They just asked my opinion on something, you know?
That's cool. That's a slippery slope. It's like when a fellow film director, you know, gives me a, you know, hey, watch my film. And it's like, you know, you got to be careful, you know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, whatever, man. They could have he could have played me, you know, him playing on pots and pans and shit, and I would have been like, yeah, it's fucking dope, dude. Like, yo, hey, it's some new shit.
Hey, Lou DiBella says Paul was playing with Exodus when we toured with them. Great guy, amazing to watch every night. Yeah, that's cool. Where did I see? Hold on, Darren asks, what was your first drum kit?
A Pearl Export kit. It was like, you know, like I don't know, like 89 or something. You know, just old Pearl.
Are you one of these guys? Do you have one kit, or are you like a hoarder? Do you have multiple?
I haven't had a fucking real drum kit in forever.
You don't even have a drum kit.
I haven't had a drum kit since like 2000 fucking. Oh my God, I don't even know, man. It's been like since like 2010. Every time going out with like Madball and stuff. It's been longer than that actually.
Yeah.
Every time going out with Madball, we would, you know, set it up where we like borrowed gear, and like I was like notorious for borrowing people's shit. Like it's so bad. Still do it to this day. Right. But like over the pandemic, I actually got into because everybody was selling their stuff, you know, online. Nobody was working. And I was still kind of working. And so I would go on OfferUp and I was just buying people's fucking kits. They're asking $2,000 for it. They're asking $2,000 for kits, and I was like, dude, I'll give you 700 right now. And they're like, come on, man, 700. Fucking, I'm like, yo, all right, 800. Oh, fine. So like, I got to buy like a bunch of different kits and then flip them, you know. And now I have this. I have a PDP. So like DW, which is like amazing drum kits. They just sound amazing. DW started a line of drums that was like, you know, affordable for people, but they were still amazing. They were like bottom line DWs. Sure. So it was Pacific drums. So and then Pacific became PDP, right? Uh-huh. And I ended up finding like a first year released Pacific drum set, which is so much better quality, I think, than like a lot of the, you know, kind of newer PDPs. You know, they mass produce everything. So now I have like, it's cool. I got this like kind of cocktail kit, Pacific, but it's like it's a DW, you know. Cool. And yeah, I like it.
Hey, it is Shout Out Sunday. Scott Gajewski. Hey, Drew, since it's Shout Out Sunday, I'd like to shout out my wife, Carrie, for all she does for me and our family, because I definitely don't say it enough.
Yeah.
So glad I could put that out there for you, bro. So Scott.
Delilah.
No. Is he a Neil Peart fan?
Yeah, Neil. I was. No. I mean, yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to love Rush. Like some of the first stuff that like I like songs and stuff that like I played was like I would like listen to Moving Pictures and play along to that album, Moving Pictures.
Of course, that's what Charlie Benante said. No, was it Charlie? I mean, those records were huge for those guys.
Yeah.
Frank Bello from Anthrax, when he was on the show, said that he picked up the bass and learned everything on like Moving Pictures note for note.
Yeah.
Like, they were so, you know, they love that.
That's like what I did when I got my drum set. I would like, I set my stereo up in my room and I played along to Led Zeppelin. Like obviously like Slayer and stuff like that, and like but like I play along to Led Zeppelin and Rush was like
did you ever skate or write graffiti?
No, I skateboarded a little bit, like more like a hobby, and like I used to tag and shit like that, but nothing like I have no art skills whatsoever.
Here's an interesting one from our friend Chucky Brown, singer for Crazy Eddie, and our sometimes historian. Can he speak on being a professional snake charmer, and also any memories of recording the Madball album Infiltrate the System? I believe Planet Z Studios is one of his favorite studios to track drums.
Professional snake charmer?
What the fuck is that from?
I have no idea what that's about. I don't know if you want to, you know, I don't know if you want to go into that a little deeper. I don't know anything about that professional snake charmer.
What about Planet Z Studios?
Yeah, Zeus's studio, man. Fucking Zeus's studio. Place? Yeah. Okay. Recording those drums was awesome. I mean, it was. I was in there for like 3 or 4 days. It was always great. Like recording with Zeus up there. It was good stuff.
Zeus produced the Madball record?
Yeah, he produced Legacy and Infiltrate the System. We did, we were up there. I was up there twice. Zeus is an animal, man.
May I ask another question? Single bass drum or double bass drum, Riggs?
It depends. I grew up like playing double bass and metal, and then kind of recently in the last couple of years, like playing at home and stuff, I tried to kind of like refine my style and started playing single bass. And I picked that up from Mackie. Mackie, I gotta say, Mackie was one of my biggest influences also. I can't believe I forgot that. Yep. But I had the privilege, like, you know, becoming good friends with Mac, and I got to work with them quite a bit, and Mackey's, that's his shit. He's one of the smoothest drummers out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Been in the game for a long time, but not just a hardcore, not just like, Cro-Mags. He came from like old, like Motown, style stuff.
Sure.
Like,
well, he was in Urban Blight, he was in,
there's an old video of him playing with, I can't remember who it is, but he's like 19 years old. He's playing on like the Tonight Show or something like that.
Yeah. I think you talk about Fun Loving Criminals, maybe.
No. I'm talking about like some old
shit.
Yeah, like some old like funk stuff. Damn.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
Yep. RS70, is that a Drew hat? Or no, I don't make the hat. He's asking about the hat you're wearing. I don't make
this
those.
is Hoya.
That's a Hoya hat. I don't make those baseball caps. Hoya makes a New York hardcore cap.
Hoya Rock, yeah.
Ezak makes another one as well. Sarah McMillan says, just wanted to say hi.
Oh shit! Hey,
I would watch Riggs practice 25 years ago with Self-Decay in a garage.
Yeah, we also worked together at the ski house.
Wow,
what's up?
That's cool.
Yeah, that's from How you doing, hon?
Yeah. Let me answer this one. Who was the wildest bunch to tour with? Listen, let me tell you something. This dude played in Skarhead and Crown of Thorns, okay?
That's it. I mean, that's it. Just go listen to any Skarhead record. I mean,
this dude lived it. He didn't tour with some other band. He was in the band, and they went across the country creating a wide swath of destruction.
We went across the world. Jesus.
Yeah. Everyone's like Skarhead.
Yeah, okay, right. Man.
Is that it? Story Moose says Mackie toured with Charles and Eddie. Is it
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So that said, what is this? Riggs and I did the Skarhead Drugs, Music, and Sex record. We went into the studio with no songs, and a week later we did the LP. Best guy on the set.
I love you, brother.
I can't say that surprises me.
That was also with Zach Thorne, and Aaron White Owl.
Yeah.
Dude, between the four of us, we got it done.
I can't say I'm surprised that Skarhead went into a recording studio with nothing prepared.
Yeah.
Riggs, was Boulder still with us when you joined Hatebreed? I can't remember.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Love that dude.
Yeah, huh?
What a great guy.
Yeah. Anybody? Hey, any other questions? Post them up. Here we go. I'm just scrolling through here, seeing what else. Growing up in Pauling, did you go to the Townhouse Crier? What is that?
The Crier Cafe or something. Town Crier Cafe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It became Daryl's house.
What?
Yeah, it became Daryl's house. So Daryl Hall and John Oates used to rent this little house down the hill from my house.
Wow.
And all summer long, you'd hear music coming up out of the valley. Like literally, you could see the house. So the Town Crier Cafe, the Town Crier or whatever, was this like, restaurant kind of, venue place.
Wow.
And I mean, I never really went there. It was like, all the older people in the town and everything. And then now it's Daryl's house.
No.
Daryl Hall ended up buying the place like 10 years ago and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought I guess makes sense. I thought that it was like farther up near Woodstock. I didn't realize.
No.
It's not. Then again, it is a little up there. I mean.
Yeah.
What? Just going through a couple of the pictures that you sent me. What's going on here? Boom.
That was my birthday, like 3 years ago. Like, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Jimmy and Yvonne, love you guys. Shout out to Jimmy right now, man. He just went through surgery. And Ian Nolan's in the back, and I think Nobby Bones is in the way back. You can't see him. And then the other two guys, Adam and Frank, those are like my best friends since I was a little kid. Yeah, we were at just a local spot here in Astoria. It was just a good time, you know? It was just a good time with great friends. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, Jimmy's going through a hard time. I think his mom just passed as well. You know? Yeah.
Love you, brother.
Yeah, when it rains, Jimmy played last night. Is that right? I guess, yeah.
No, I don't think so. He was just in the hospital doing surgery a couple days ago.
Yeah, did Jimmy play last night? I thought he did not. I think he played last night.
Really?
Yeah, you know what's happening now is that now that things are like open a little bit, is that everybody's booking shows on top of each other.
Yeah.
You know? Everybody.
I don't know. I just seen a picture of Jimmy in a hospital bed 2 days ago. So
he played in Connecticut last night. It's true.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. He played in Connecticut last night because we were
awesome.
We were in Brockton. You were in fucking, what is it? Armonk? What is that town?
Ardsley. Earth Crisis played last night too, man, or something.
Listen, I want to say this. I want to say this about all these shows that are getting booked on top of each other. I do the Sunday matinee shows once a month. Don't book any fucking shows on top of mine, please.
And plus, you're doing free shows also, so it's like, come on, man.
No, people still fucking book shows. Like I announced a show 3 months ago, and someone right on top of my show a week ago. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yes.
It's fucked up, man. People.
A little disrespectful.
It kind of is, man. But you know, young kids don't think so. So, you know, there you go.
You learn over time.
Yeah, here you go. Lenny says, don't step on my fucking show next week. Anybody. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
There you go. Yeah, don't book over my shit. I do a show once a fucking month, man. You know, give me a fucking break. And all it does is hurt. All it does is hurt each other. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. It takes away from everybody.
Stupid,
you know?
Man. Stupid. Yeah, there used to be a code. That's right. There used to be, listen, I don't even want to get going on what's going on in the hardcore world now with a lot of the younger kids and the disrespect. You know, it's should be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Well, we know what used to happen. You know, we know what used to happen in the past when when that shit happened. I mean, it became a problem and an issue. You know.
Yeah.
And people got dealt. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's a different world we live in now. Fueled by social media.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's basically it's basically the premise of why we decided to call our new band Incendiary Device. Really, the concept of incendiary device is this.
Yeah.
So, how's the back piece coming, brother?
It's good. I finished. I haven't gotten anything done since I left LA, but I finished like the whole mask and whatever. But I still got a ton of shit to do.
Who's doing the work?
This guy Ben Fitzgerald out in Seal Beach. Rick Walters' world famous tattoo. Ben Fitzgerald.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we had fun, man.
I appreciate it, man. Always have fun.
Yeah.
Always have fun.
Yeah. And if you're around a week from today, come down to the Barry Electric. I never know. Maybe some transgender, mentally ill lunatic is going to try to attack me again. And I need some of my boys, man.
Dude, he came after me. He ended up coming after me after that, dude. It was nuts.
Listen, let's just say before that happened, it's been a while since I've had somebody deranged with a knife in their hand, turn and look you and come after you.
Yeah, he was like a Terminator. He would lock eyes with somebody and just go and Anyway.
It ain't. Oh, you know what? Let's end on this note and your shout out, because Here's a really nice shot of you and your loved ones.
Yeah, that's my family.
Yeah,
that's my
man.
family.
Yep.
That's my brother, my sister, my nieces, and my son.
Good for you, man. I'm really proud of you, and I'm really glad that, your life is settled down and you have a beautiful family and you're doing good things. See, do good things and good things will come to you, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Anybody you want to shout out?
Oh, damn, man. I can't. I don't know. I can't.
All right.
Going back down memory lane, and I want to shout out Sub-Zero, my band, and everything. And it's such a pleasure to play with you guys. I want to shout out everybody who I played with, Maddie and even Hoya, Freddie, and Mitz and Ezek and AK Ray. You're listening, and I want to shout out Danny Northside Kings because Danny Northside. He said he's watching and everything, and I love that guy, man. I moved out to Arizona a bunch of years ago, and Danny became a good friend of mine. So I want to shout out Danny too. Yeah, man. I want to shout out Rat Bones because Rat Bones and I were talking at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, Rat Bones is going to come back on, man. What happened? Yeah, he's going to come back on. He disappeared.
He disappeared because he didn't want to. He couldn't tell the story about how we met in Washington Square Park when I was fucking 14 years old. And stuff, and walking around at 6 a.m. for the next 2 days. Anyway, no, but thank you. That's it. I don't know. Anybody else, shout out.
Well, I'll talk to you soon, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for having me, bro. Take it easy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Another one in the bag. It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. And, of course, we are sponsored by the great New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chacho's Motherfucking Tacos, Generation Records here in New York City, and Goddamn Electric 126 Hardcore Clothing. That was a great show. See what happens? Once in a while, guests do show up. Great show, man. I know. I want some tacos too. Actually, I have some Mexican food left over from our road trip yesterday. That's what I will be eating. Scott Earth, shouting out Scott Earth and the great Silence Equals Death band. You guys are great. Thank you, Adrian. Respect. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I did. I started out just frazzled and tired, and I got into the groove, man. How could I not get into the groove when you people are out there? You know what I mean? Thank you, Vinny. Joe Frank, I actually enjoyed when he didn't show. That was a great show. Of course, if anybody's wondering, Lenny will be playing with Fahrenheit 451 this Sunday at Rampage Fest 3, So, I got a second win. How could I not get a second win? I'm doing something I love doing, and I'm supported by my friends around the world. How could we lose with the stuff that we use? You know what I mean? This Sunday, a week from today, Larry Kelly. Chucky Brown, what's up, brother? That said, what else? I think we're good. What's his name didn't show up, and it turned out to be like a great show. Who didn't show up? I don't even remember that guy's name anymore. Right? I don't even remember that motherfucker's name anymore. So, there you go. Rampage Mosh Crew is going to happen this Sunday. I think we're covered on everything else. My walking tour might have to change the date from April 23rd. I want to thank all the Facebook pages that support this show. There's a lot of them. On Instagram, I haven't said this in a while. A lot of years. If you have a communication device, please follow the show on Instagram, Stone Films NYC. All right, do that right now. Pick up your communication device and follow the show on Stone Films NYC. Who? Spiro Agnew? Yeah, right. Yeah, thank you, Fabrizio. It was a good show. nice to do good shows, you know. Nice to make great art, you know. Want to shout out RS70. You know what? Yo, he sent me some lame ass like, oh, sorry, blah 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 blah. Like I barely read it. Like, yo, whatever, man. The bottom line is the fucking show was better without the dude. So there you go. Go figure, man. It was one of our best shows. Thank you, James. We'll do that more often, you know. Vinny Doak, thank you. I appreciate you too, and I hope your health is okay, brother. I know you're struggling health wise, and my thoughts and my prayers are with you, man. So that said, all right. Yeah, my Mike Dietz is texting me. I guess someone told him I'm wearing his shirt, right? Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm rocking your shit, dude. I'm rocking your shit. So there you go. I got to get a new chair. I'm sorry about I got to tighten this thing up. I always wonder if you could hear that, I guess so. So, all right. Till next time, which is Wednesday, with Flora from Ma'afa. All right. Have a good rest of the weekend, everybody. Thanks for supporting. And until then, do good things, and good things will come to ya.